The experience in the Civil Rights Museum in Greensboro, which is the International Civil Rights Museum, was really interesting because it just really put you into those events. And so standing in the Woolworths with the whole counter there was just really surreal. And you read about these things in your history books and you learn about them, but it's different when you're actually surrounded by the same things that they were surrounded by. And having that experience in the one in Atlanta was amazing. And the Human Rights Museum in Atlanta, just seeing all the things that are still going on in the world and seeing everything that we can do to prevent it and just help advocate for those issues was amazing.
There was only a couple of kids there, but I was with one girl who was 16 and she was like in her first year of high school, and she was like, oh, you should play this game with me. And it was like the little marbles game that you played in like middle school. Oh, I haven't played this in a long time. And so she reminded me of childhood. I guess I'm not that old, but it was like a different experience, I guess, to play with her. And then at Girls Inc., I had like 3 girls who were kind of quiet, but they all wanted me to know about like exactly who they were as a person. And then even other girls at other tables were like, hey, Alexis. And I'm like, oh man, I forgot your name, but I'm glad you remembered my name. And it's nice to know that it's like a personal experience with girls.
With Festival of Lights, the parade itself wasn't necessarily on like Main Street. It was more so like within the community, like going around people's homes. I thought that was huge because people didn't have to necessarily leave. Like, it was right in their front yard. Like, it was also crazy how not just the little kids, but adults would get excited when we would hand them the free whistle. It was really heavy, but I tried to focus on the band and the music so that that wouldn't show on my face, and I tried to just dance and just have fun. But I'm pretty sure we made a huge impact just in that moment to those families. And especially afterwards, when we mingled and talked to people about what Festival of Lights meant to them and why they still come and would they like to participate, what would they like to see next year, and them working with Miss Tracy and just understanding how important it was to them to have that part of their community be celebrated, and regardless of everything that goes on.
That come, I want them to recognize that there is this beauty and power in themselves as poor people. That your beauty and your power does not lie in whether or not, you're rich. It doesn't lie in whether or not you have a magnificent education, but it lies in your own inner self and your own capacity. And I think that when people see this, it has to impact them in another way in terms of, oh, I can do that, because they see their neighbors, that their neighbors are doing this, and then they get inspired to say, well, let me try. These agencies that are here are agencies that in 2009 would not come to this neighborhood and service this neighborhood. And with intentionality, what we said to them is that our people are not getting service because you won't come and they won't go. So you have a responsibility to make yourself available to the constituent base by which you get money to service, but you don't service.
I think the most important thing is that when we were at Atlanta, we went to African American community in the morning, then we explored the fancy Atlanta in the afternoon. And this gave me information that, because in my country that people always think American is very for our freedom, for our fancy things, but I actually saw something in the shadow. I will tell them that yes, America is very good, but they also have some issues. So we don't need to complain about our life in China. I think we can be better in the future.